Hey guys, Quad Cities Tesla guy here, and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to make another video about using Tesla FSD, navigation, dropping pins, and parking. And we're going to also try to do a little bit of parallel parking today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically show you how this works. I'm going to navigate to a couple places. So first of all, one of the things that I want to talk about is what you can do. Let's say that I am going to go to like the Vibrant Arena here. So this is a large arena, and they have like sports events, football, in arena football. They have concerts there, all kinds of things. And it's a really large parking lot. Now, over here is the parking lot the um, for the handicap people. So if I was gonna say like I want to go to Vibrant Arena, I can insert type it in, click on the location, and go there, or I can just find it on the map and click like I did this just now. And it's going to give me the turn by turn. And then if I want to take a look at this, so what you can see now is in the latest version of FSD, this is 14.3.4. If I click on the parking lot symbol or the P, either way, it's going to give me the options for at destination parking, right? So I can park, pull over, parking lot, or parking garage. Um, there is no parking garage there, so I'm not sure. I guess it could technically maybe take me here if we choose that. Let's see what it does. So if I say parking garage, it still is trying to take me here, but there really is no parking garage there. So that's just a map thing, not a big deal. But if I say parking lot, it's going to try to take me here, which this is actually just a drop-off spot. So I really wouldn't want it to take me there either. And if you want to navigate and turn it facing north, you can do that, or facing the vehicle direction. But if you click it one more time, it's going to give you the north direction. So what I want to do is I don't want it to park there, and I don't want to do pull over. I think if I do pull over, it's going to try to pull over right there. It changes a little bit of how it looks. But let's say that I don't want to do either of those, and maybe I'm handicapped and I want to park here in the handicap spots. Now, one thing that I wish Tesla would do is I wish that they would actually give you an option in the settings to say that you're either handicap or you're not handicap. And that way it would always try to find handicap parking for you. Or if you're not handicapped, then it would know better than to park in a handicap spot. Now, that's really just a vision thing with the cameras. I'm not sure whether it can actually identify handicap spots or not. Like even in this parking lot, there's a couple of handicap spots over there, and this is where I work. And sometimes it drops me off and puts me in one of those spots, and that's not what I want to do either. So I'm going to drop a pin there, and I can set that as my destination by clicking right there. Now let's see what happens. So in this latest version of FSD, what it might do is it might actually try to drop me off here. But if I'm handicapped, I really want it to drop me off there. And that's one of the reasons why you really want to be able to drop pins. So we're going to test to see what happens when I do that. And then we'll also test another thing. So if I'm not handicapped, maybe I'm just more worried about like, will somebody like end up like bumping my doors? Or maybe I just like to park far away from the arena, and maybe like before the event I want to go here, and maybe I want to like go for a walk before the event, and then I'll come back from my walk and go to the event. So I want to park there instead. So I click that and I click the button, and you can see now it's trying to route me all the way over there. So it's not really trying to route me to the Vibrant Arena now. It's just trying to route me to this little spot here. We'll add a parallel parking spot first. And so we can just click add. Let's go ahead and go to Cisco's Mexican, and I'm adding it. So you'll see here now it's going to try to park, and these are the only way you can park there in these spots is to parallel park. So let's go ahead and see if we can add another pin here, set that, and then let's see what that does. Okay, so that looks better. I'm going to go and I'm going to do a parallel park there. And then, I mean, I don't know if I'm at the parallel park because I don't know if there's going to be a car on the way. And then we're going to try to get it to take us into that handicap spot right there. So let's go ahead and set up the cameras and get going. Okay, so we've got everything set up. Cameras are on top and here. And we're going to go ahead and start this drive to our first spot, which is, it's not necessarily going to parallel park, but if there's a car in the way, it will have to. But it's going to be more of one of those spots where it's going to pull up on the side of a curb instead of in a parking spot like this traditional parking lot here. So let's go ahead and get started. And that's something new too, is it says this driving to Cisco's Mexican Bar and Grill, which I don't think it used to say that at all. And then you also have like these options of what do you want to do when you get there? Do you want to park? Do you want to pull over? It says pull over. I don't know what's going to happen when we do that, but it looked like it was going to pull over in a parking spot. If I choose park, I'm thinking it's going to take me into a parking lot. Now we should be able to go just straight across here and go down this road until we get to Cisco's. And then it looked like it was going to take a right to get us into a parking spot. So let's just see what happens and we'll go from there. Sometimes you get surprised by what happens, sometimes not. And if it fails, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it try to park one more time. Maybe I'll see if I can find a parking spot where it could park for us. So again, like the Tesla FSD software, it's really being built for like robotaxi service or cybercabs. And so some of these little nuances, I guess you can expect them. But at the end of the day, we're purchasing customers, we're buying this software, buying the vehicles, and we're not robotaxis, we're not cybercabs. We are drivers who just want autonomous capabilities built into our vehicles, and we want to be able to let it drive us place and take a lot of the the anxiety and tiredness that comes with driving all the time out of our hands. Like I just talked to a friend of mine the other day. He rented a Tesla through Turo, and while he was on a vacation in Colorado, he had it for 2 days. And when he got back, he was so excited. He wants to buy two cars now from Tesla. He wants to buy a Tesla Model Y. He might get a used one, and he wants to buy a Cybertruck. And I think it's awesome. He told me about his experience and how he's so pumped up because he really enjoyed using the Tesla for 2 days, and it just took away all of that, um, driving for him and made the trip so easy for him. So yeah, I couldn't agree more. It is super awesome to have a vehicle that can just drive you to a destination, and basically almost flawlessly drive you. Um, yeah, there are times where, as a supervisor of the car, you do have to make some decisions. So here's our first stop. Let's see if it will pull into one of these two parking spots here and get us fit right in there. Now, we don't want to pull in front of this driveway. We want it to back up, not quite a parallel park, and maybe not the best job. Let's just take a look at the cameras. I don't really see where the lines are. I'm going to take a peek out the window here. Take a look. So the line is basically right about where the dashboard is. So it's like I'm sticking over the parking space a little bit. So, a little bit of a problem, but it's not going to ruin my score because I'm good because I don't care about the score, the streaks or whatever. Let's just go ahead and have it take us to this next destination, which is going to be over to the Vibrant Arena. Now, it's taking a different route than it had planned originally, so we'll see how it does this trip because where we need to go is basically on the other side of this parking ramp and across the road. And this road is closed now, so we can't go right anyway. This is a one-way. But we should be taking a right here, and then we should be going straight across the main road downtown here. and trying to go into this little like horseshoe shaped parking area. It didn't know if that guy was going to stop, so it kind of like slowed down and then stopped for a second. Nothing going on down here tonight, so let's see what it's going to do. It looks like it's going to actually take us to where I dropped that pin, which is pretty amazing because that's really what we want. Is we want an option to be able to park like exactly where we want to park. But the other day it didn't work so well in a parking lot at the Jewel-Osco. But maybe it was because I was trying to pressure it into parking in all these spots that were only like a short drive away. That could have been the reason why it didn't work very well. So we're going to try pulling in here, see how it does. And then we're going to try to park where I normally would want it to park. If I'm like not handicapped, where would I want it to go? Let's see how close it gets to the pin. I mean, this is good enough. This is pretty much the area that I want to park in. There are some more handicapped spots around the edges, but again, I'm not handicapped. I wouldn't expect it to park there. But sometimes this parking lot itself is only for handicap during an event. And then the outer area is for handicap when it's not a big event going on. So let's go ahead and try to navigate on the map again. And so let's just see if we can get it to take us like right here. And set that as the point. And then let's see what happens. Let's start self-driving. So I want to just see if I can get it to in proximity of the pin that I dropped. Can it park where I want to go? And if this works, take back everything I did in my previous video where it didn't work. And I think maybe it was just because I was trying to pressure it into parking after just driving short distances. Because when I did that video the other day, the first parking spot that I went to, it went exactly to where I wanted to. I dropped the pin, I drove from home, it dropped me right in the spot that I asked to drop me in, and it worked just fine. Now the pin is over there, but as you can see, it is going to take me to the P. Now, when we parked just a second ago, it parked there because that was where the P was. And again, this time the P is in this general area. So is it bad? Is it good? You be the judge. I mean, I think it's okay, but the pin isn't actually getting me to the exact spot anymore, but it's still pretty close. So, and maybe it's because this is 3.14 or 14.3.4, or maybe it's just, the same thing, but I'm in a different parking lot, so it's working out. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're looking to buy a Tesla, you can go to qcteslaguy.com and you can click on the referral link at the top of the page. It's just a button there, a big red button, and that'll get you 3 free months of full self-driving when you buy or lease a brand new Tesla. Thanks for watching. Use technology, drive safe so that you can live life.